Hey guys, it's Sam again. Oh, got something else on my screen. Let me go ahead and switch this. Uh, Going to do the recaps. Like I said, I keep myself accountable. Right now, it's mainly just me. No big following yet, so just gonna keep this more as like journal style until I start getting feedback, and then I'll start editing the videos. So right now, I'm just gonna go into my trades for the day. Ended the day green, but barely on my day trading account, and was positive on my spreads account. So let me just go into it. Here's a 15-minute chart. I just wanted to point out like how choppy it was today. That's going to be kind of like what's in the thumbnail to today is avoid the chop, play smart. Honestly, I could have called it earlier in the day and been done, but I got myself chopped up once and then had to try to come back and was luckily barely able to finish green. Not even 1% on the account for the day trading. And then the spreads, I think I got 1 or 2% on my account. Let me go ahead and dig into them. I actually traded all three indexes today: SPY, QQ, and IWM. So let me just go into the trades, go into the 2 minute chart, like I talk about. Reset the view here. So I was gonna label these, and I forgot to label them all. It's just been a busy day with my 9 to 5. But okay, so here is the first trade. Well, actually, let's start here. So the green circles, if you remember from my last video, this is where I say, oh, I should have got in, but I was hesitant for some reason. Why was I hesitant? I normally do not trade the first 30 minutes of the market, but this was a perfect setup. The EMAs were spaced, nice 13, 200, and VWAP test at, basically pre-market low as well, all in one. And I didn't like it because of this like wick candle, but I should have seen that there was less volume on this pullback. And but you know what it is? I didn't break my rules, so it's fine. Here's where I got a little jumpy and I tried to make sure I got back in on the pullback. And it was on lowering volume, but it didn't close below the flag I drew. You can see it went back up, but had a similar test as before. So I was like, okay, as long as it doesn't close above this level and make a higher low, um, then I'll basically just stay in. And I got out right here on my first scale. And again, right here the thing that kind of got me on this one was because I was so like, in this too long. I basically broke even on this trade, honestly, just because I knew it was going to bounce near this level. We had a big key level here, and it was close to low a day. So I think I was basically about break even on this trade. And honestly, I was 2 strikes out the money. I need to start playing only 1 strike out of the money. If they're too expensive, just not play it. Now, second trade. Um, let's see what I did. Oh, so this one, I don't know why I circled this, honestly. I think I was wondering if this was, oh, I was circling this because I thought this would be a nice entry for calls because you can see we had this long downtrend and with this huge wick up. And look, if you look at the 15-minute chart right here, let me reset the view here. Look at this wick on the 15. That was a huge ass like engulfing, and then it was more volume than the last candle. So I was thinking about going on that, but I wanted to pull back. We did not get it. So for options, that wasn't really the best entry, as you can see, because like it just kept ripping, and I could have got chopped up right here. But what I did though is when I did get the pullback, and I got in on spreads. So this is why I said I was green on the spreads. Got in on bullish spreads here, 4105s and 4110s, basically saying we wouldn't close below that on SPX. So what was SPX at the time of that? SPX was like around here was about wait, let me go back actually. Yeah, so it was right about here, about 4135, 4136. So, not a bad risk to reward there. Um, this area right here kind of I didn't like this pullback when we rejected high of day area basically, but I liked that we made a higher high. We came back up. This is another day trade. You can see minus 25% on puts. This one was so quick, and I was on, like I told you guys, I work in 9 to 5. I didn't even get a chance to put in my 20% stop. So, on me, I should have set it right from the beginning, but I thought I would have more time and just instantly was down 25%. So sold that one, which was good. Followed risk management basically. This one thought about getting on puts, but I didn't like how the EMAs were spacing and we were in lunchtime, so you kind of got chopped, but it would have worked out. This is the one I've really fumbled the bag on. This was a futures trade, but some sort of news or something came out. We had just you can see just the huge volume came in, and I got in short right here, but I didn't like on this wick right here. You see where we wicked back up? I didn't like that. I thought that was gonna be an easy like, oh shoot, sell the news and it's gonna rip back up. But boy, was I wrong. And I really missed on this because on futures, this would have been like $75 for one contract. So I missed out on that. I almost sold out of my spread, but because like with the high implied volatility, my spread was almost red at this point. But once I saw this huge wick, I stayed in and I just let it expire worthless. So I collected the full premium on that. So those are my SPY trades. Let me go into my IWM one because I know it was somewhere in between that. This one was perfect. This was so perfect, and I messed this one up big time. I've been telling myself this. I've been writing myself notes, but I did it anyways. You see, this is what I did wrong. I broke a key level, broke a trend line, perfect space on EMA's view up, everything. What did I do? I sold too early. I always do that. I've been writing myself in my notes: sell at when at the previous low or high, and I should have scaled my first one here instead of right here. Had I done that, I would have got 25%, 30% right here, maybe lost a little bit right here, but then it would have gone back down to 40%. So instead, on this first scale, I got like 10 or 15, got the 20 or 25 right here, which is not a horrible trade, but at the same time, I could have capitalized more. And you'll see why that's like, I like I said on that SPY trade, oh no, not the SPY trade, the QQQ trades. I'll show you. I ended up losing some money, so it was one of those things where I could have capitalized more and been a one and done. But here's going the QQQ. Here we go. So here's the trade that I lost. Like you saw the 25% loss on SPY. Here was the one where uh, I didn't like lose money on, but I basically broke even. I guess I lost a little bit, but this one was another 100%, or just like Friday where I had like a 300% I let go. I thought this was going to break down off this level, but it honestly broke above. And once it broke above, I entered in calls. And what the thing I didn't do wrong here was that was a bearish 2 minute signal. But I entered in at the beginning, by the way. I entered in at the beginning, so I didn't see that until it closed. But what I should have looked at was this right here. Look at this 5 minute candle. That's where I entered. The 5 minute did not close above the level. I should have waited. This would have been the perfect entry where this chop happened, and then I got in. But you can see when I go back to the 2 minute, I was already in and out before that even happened. So basically, on this scale, I got a few bucks, 10%, but then on this, I got basically stopped out for I think 10 or 15% when I was made up my stop. So I, ended up breaking even on that trade. And what I could have done here was follow the 20% stop, which again, same thing as like the other thing I was telling you guys. I always sell too early and I never follow my stop, whether it's selling too early or sometimes holding over. I've been getting better about the not letting it go past 20%, unless like that other example where it was too fast. But this one, I cannot be doing that where I had like probably 10% more of room and it would have hit. And look at this, 100% easy. This trade and this one right here, perfect bull flag, just didn't enter because we were close to supply. That one's okay. I'm okay with that one of letting that one go. But this is the big one. This was 100% could have easily got and just, again, entered too early and sold too early when I did get in. So lessons there, look at the 5 minute, close above on the 5 minute if it's chopping on the two. This is the other one that made me green on the day on my day trading account, just barely. And this was barely just because of looking at the timing. It's right before 3, so the contracts are moving like crazy. We broke below supply. You can see this was like the area, the key level from like previous days. I think this was Friday's high. Yeah, Friday's high. So once we broke that, I was like, oh shoot, we might rip. So I got in a little early. Like I got in right here, so I probably should have waited for the bull flag, but it worked out. I had my first scale right here and my first scale right here when we touched high a day, which, I got lucky for kind of going back to the other scenario. Normally, I'm trying to teach myself to scale first here, but either way, if I would have moved at my stop, I would have been profitable on that trade. But got a nice little gain here. It was something stupid like 30% just because of like the end of the day on 0 DTEs. So big trade here that's made my account green on the day. Sorry, I was kind of rambling on myself because of, since it's just me right now, I don't really have an audience. I'm just trying to, mainly do this as like a journal style. But like what I want to learn, really take away from myself is on choppy 2 minute like spans, wait for the 5 minute close. And if I do get in the trade, let my trade breathe because was only down to like 10% at this point. I had, 10 more percent to play with, and I could have got that 100% or maybe just 50% of it on this move when if I would have, sold above that previous high. So learning from that, and then the IWM trade, I really want to learn from. Make sure I sell at the previous lower high. Not like these baby like 10% gains. Because people say yes they compound, but they don't if you have a loss that's like 20%. It outweighs the 10% gain. And then this one, wasn't a bad setup. It's just increasing volume, and I should have seen this wick. This wick right here, what tells the story. We're gonna at least come back up. And I this one, the reason why I went past 20s, like I said, I just looked away for a second, was already down. So, I instantly got out. Um, but I'll learn from it. It's okay. At least I followed and didn't like let it go all the way up to here. So overall, green on the day. Last time I did the recap, I was red slightly. So hopefully to keep this up. Tomorrow, I do have a dentist appointment first thing in the morning. So I actually have never got a cavity before. I got my first ever cavity, so I don't really know how long that's going to take. But it's at 9. I'm Eastern Standard Time, so the market opens at 9:30. So we'll see. And I'm really busy at my 9 to 5. But after I make this video and publish it, I'm gonna grind that. Stay up late and work on that, and then try to review more trades. And hopefully, get to trade some tomorrow. If not, we'll take it easy. But appreciate you guys listening to my rant. And as soon as I start getting like more of an audience, that's when I'll start making this a little bit more custom tailored to what you guys want to see and what could be helpful. But for right now, it's just my journal and keep myself accountable. Gonna label this something along the lines of chop because got chopped up a few times and sold a little too early. But I learned, and I hope you guys are learning. I hope you guys are being successful. Feel free to reach out to me. Happy to have conversations and willing to meet more people to learn just like me. Hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.